Don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. The play of the game for Georgia, plenty of options in the SEC championship against LSU. But Brent, you were there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I have to think the place erupted when Christopher Smith paused, then picked up the ball and ran it all the way back. Whatever Georgia's version of a kick six is, that's it.
And it was. And Kirby talked after the game that he thought the play of the game was the 3rd and 5 when they were backed up in their own end zone to Rosemary Jackson. But even if you punt the ball at LSU right there and makes it they score and it goes down to 11, like it makes it interesting. But this completely changed now granted LSU scored shortly thereafter, but still just the vibe of the game because LSU had basically dominated the entire first quarter up until this play. And the eruption part is interesting because one of the things that I've now learned that sitting in the press box at MBS, you can't hear the crowd at all. Like the band's playing right below me and I can't hear them. And just in the press box, it was there was a lot of just, okay, here we go. But still, yes, to me, it was just special teams matter and we get to show more special teams, which is always fun.
This is Film Don't Lie with UGAsports.com. We're presented by Jittery Joe's, Athens' favorite coffee. Check them out, jitteryjoes.com. Plenty of good holiday gifts that you can get from there. You are a special teams guy, so I would just love, as I start to play this, your initial feedback on what you saw.
Well, the biggest thing is that Georgia's always done this. Obviously we've seen it with Carter last year in the national championship. Devontae Wyatt got one against Kentucky. But what you see is the 3-on-2, basically. They take 3 ginormous humans and right up, try to go through 2 guys, hoping that one of them comes free. And in this case, it's Stackhouse in the middle who works his way through and just gets a huge paw up. And, it just works worked to a charm. And then obviously afterwards, it's just kind of just, I would love to. I haven't gone back and watched the broadcast version, but I would love to hear what Brad and Gary were talking about as this was happening. Did they even realize it? Did they even know it was possible?
Gary definitely did, and even acknowledged that if the ball goes past the line of scrimmage, live ball, they bring in Steratore, and he says that as long as it's pretty much like a punt in that situation, it's a kick that's live. So if it goes past the line of scrimmage and it was touched, that's a live football. Brad was a little bit more hedged. He's like, if it stands, like he knew that the big thing was happening, but I think he wanted a way to back out of it in case there was, some kind of penalty or Georgia just trying to seize on something no one else saw.
Well, and it's one of those things where you think about block kicks and especially block field goals. Who was it? Penn State that blocked one against Ohio State, 4 or 5 years ago it was. And instantly returned it because it was pushed. It was sort of back behind the line of scrimmage. So everybody's chasing after the ball or right to the side. What normally you see happen in this case is everybody's just like, stay away. Because what do they want? They want the ball where up there, as opposed to maybe getting tackled and sort of losing yardage on the play in a way. But this was it was brilliant. It was heads up. It was something I think I saw where Smith talked about that they work on this in practice. And it was amazing. It was awesome. You can't say much more about it.
Here's a high all 22 angle. So what I'm curious about is who practices this and who doesn't, because from my untrained eye, we have defensive linemen running off the field. And this is defensive backs and linebackers. And I guess Chaz is an edge here. But it seems like half of the team works on this. I mean, this is Keely Ringo way out here, right? So it seems to me that defensive backs, that they were trained to know what to do on this. And then I'm going to back out of this and go back to our first angle here, because I thought, yes, Christopher Smith and his awareness was phenomenal, but Smile Munden, he's really funny to me on this play. So he's making eye contact. He's probably yelling out something to Christopher Smith, and it's hold on, nothing, ready, go.
Yeah.
Like it's such in
And I love
communication. This is not just Smith. This is definitely Munden, and then you see Lassiter and Starks come in as well.
And Beal and Carter were, dapping each other up, tapping each other on the head. Like, this is awesome, dude. Great job. But
need to give a shout out to a sideline runner too. Like looking at my sidelines here, and we have none other than number 11, the speedster Arian Smith, wanting to get in on the action at the end here.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the sideline.
Well, what's amazing about it is, so I will say this is one where I have to like toot my own little horn a little bit. It's rare that I actually do that, so I'm going to get the chance to do this. Smith beat me in terms of yardage for the return touchdown, but he didn't actually block it. That's one school record that I still hold at my high school. Longest blocked return. I blocked it and then picked it up and returned it for a touchdown, 75 yards. So my Al Bundy 4 touchdowns in one game claim to fame.
And I'll toot my own horn. I did do the set of the video to Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On." That's on my Twitter page. But look at it from his perspective here of just nothing but green grass, because all the LSU guys are going to the sideline. This is just coaching.
They'd already checked out. Yeah, they'd already checked out, 100%. But you think about just how, in terms of the game, the bigger picture of the game, LSU had run, I think when Booty scored the touchdown shortly thereafter this, they had run 22 of when that touchdown happened, they had run 22 of the first 25 plays of the game. LSU holds the ball, gets a couple first downs. Georgia, quick 3 and out, run pass, quick 3 and out. And then LSU goes on this. This is a 14-play drive that ends in absolutely nothing, and Georgia leading 7-0 with like 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. That's just demoralizing for a team versus, hey, we've dominated, we're up 3-0. Complete change of momentum, even though they quickly got it back a little bit with the big play, but it's just one where massive opportunity missed for LSU.
I give kudos to 3 players mainly in this play. Obviously, have the block up front, and then obviously have Smith's return. But I'm telling you, Munden here, to be his age and have as much on his plate communications wise, just really impressed with how he guided everything on this play. Even in the return here, you saw Starks and Lassiter kind of stay to the numbers. Well, you have Munden being like, no, I'm going to get him between you and defenders, because what if one of these dudes is so fast that they try to catch up? I just thought, I'm really impressed with what I see from Munden,
as we saw,
because I know the degree of athlete he is. So if he has this level of like mental, like he's going to be special.
Yeah. Well, and much like you saw with the kick six, who's on the field here? Not necessarily athletes, so, but still go block them. And you think about what mainly happens in this situation. The ball comes to a stop, nobody picks it up, the whistle blows, everybody moves on. But I mean, the lucky part for Smith is that he didn't wait any longer than he did. Because I bet if he waits another count and is not standing, if the ball is just kind of sitting there and he maybe runs in to swoop to pick it up, they maybe blow the whistle dead. That's, the play's dead, that sort of thing. But he's there. So I think him being there and just hovering made officials hesitate in terms of blowing the whistle. The ball was kind of continuously moving, but it stopped. He picked it up instantaneously. Go.
You said you didn't see the broadcast angle. You need to go back and watch it, because they have the camera on Todd Monken, who's saying, don't do anything, don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then obviously they start celebrating. It's very much like the Keely Ringo pick six in the national championship game last year, when they're like, get down. Okay, go.
Well, given that it's the holiday season, what do most people have in terms of recollections of a play like that? They have the Leon Lett ingrained on Thanksgiving against the Dolphins, I think it was, maybe ingrained in their brain, where he goes and tries, the ball's going to be dead, Dallas is going to win the game, and he goes and hits the ball, and then Miami recovers. So, that's probably ingrained in coaches and fans' brains that, hey, don't touch it. But this one worked out for Georgia quite well.
going to be a lot of colleges and high school teams that watch tape of this and be like, all right, this is what you do in this situation, or this is how you stay invested in this situation. I'll be curious to see if it changes personnel groups in the future, because you need to have a fast guy on the field to catch. I don't know. We'll find out. Hey, Jittery Joe sponsors what we do here from Film Don't Lie. We appreciate them for sponsoring the latter part of this season. And they're just, man, they're awesome people. And they have great products. So checking them out, jitteryjoes.com. This has been our play of the game for Georgia's SEC championship win against LSU. If you follow us here on YouTube or Facebook, what you can expect to see, more content from the SEC championship. But we will quickly be turning the page to previewing Ohio State and giving you an idea of what Georgia has to come with the Buckeyes in that passing attack. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. For Brent Rollins, I'm Dayne Young.